Hey, what's up everybody? This is GreyMan here. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there in YouTube land per se. So kind of the reason that I wanted to do this video is because of the overwhelming amount of emails that I have received in regards to people that are being either overwhelmed emotionally, physically, and funny enough, I decided to Google this term and saw that prepper fatigue or prepper burnout is a thing. So I kind of wanted to touch on that a bit, and the reason being is you're not alone being overwhelmed and dealing with things in life. And I know this is not your typical prepper video, and this is kind of Grey just rambling on, which evidently I do best, right? So some of the things that I do, as you can see, out here in nature. So that's like my first step when I'm getting overwhelmed. And I'll be honest with you, lately I have been tremendously. I kind of give you a little insight, I guess a peek at my life and my family's life, if you care to listen. That being said, I said this before, and I don't want to be like a broken record, you know what I mean? It's, the wife, Lady Grey, she works a lot. We don't get to see each other as much. She works literally 3 jobs from morning till night, like I've stated in the past. I myself have my my one job and then my photography business, for some of you folks that may or may not know, that I run, and then I've been doing YouTube for the last, I don't know, 8 to 10 months, somewhere right around there. I don't know. December will be a year, wherever that equates to. Here's some of the things that we've ran into that have either stressed us out and whatnot, outside of her just working so much. So she just recently took a vacation, a week-long vacation. And you think, wow, vacation, that's cool, right? The reason she took this vacation is to get our house organized, clean things that need to be cleaned, things that have been neglected because we don't have the time to do so. Between dealing with certain things that we've dealt with here, like the garden, for instance, and I notice I'm saying a lot. But it is what it is, man. I'm trying to catch myself before I say certain words, but it just doesn't work as well as I'd like it to. Anyways, moving forward, she took this whole vacation just to try to help get our house in order and get things done that have been overlooked. Because things like the garden, we only have so much time in regards to tending to the garden, to make sure that we have new stuff growing, to clean up some of the old stuff, to harvest things. And what we're also running into is space issues, which I guess is a positive thing in some aspect, that we don't have enough room to put more preps per se, in regards to, let's say, like our storage facility, and let's say my father's house and other locations, off-site locations to put things in. I've been doing this for roughly, I don't know, I said about 2005, 2006, somewhere right around there. So it's been a while. And you amount a lot of stuff. Things where I lack at is like the canning aspect, dehydrating and things like that. And that's why I've asked you, the community, for suggestions and stuff like that on what I should purchase and what I should do. But then we run into another situation. Where are we going to put the dehydrator at? Where are we going to put the, let's say, I saw a water bath ball canner, which was pretty nice, and there's various other components of it. We just literally, Lady Grey, she cleaned out the entire kitchen, threw away a bunch of stuff that's unnecessary. You end up collecting some things that are just unnecessary, because you think you may or may not need them, and then after a while, after about a year or so, you're like, well, we've never used this. It's never become purposeful in our lives. So let's remove that and make room for good things and replace it with things that we could use. Now, some of you folks may live a totally different life than I do. You may have a homestead, with barns and places to put things at and additional storage and stuff like that. The place that we live in is quite small, and even for the three of us, Anyways, I just want to say, because we get overwhelmed, we get stressed, and she can see it in me sometimes that she's like, hey, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing fine. I got to do this and that. I got this for work. I got to go and do this and help this person. I need to do a video for the day and look at my list. I have a little folder with a list in it that kind of gives me all my brainstorming ideas of things that I want to do for content here on YouTube. And kind of look at what's transpiring in the world, or things that I haven't, that I may have missed or want to touch on, and kind of do a video on that aspect of it. And I guess this is, I guess the real meaning behind this video is I know a lot of people who've emailed me, and I do apologize. I really do. I have about 20, 25 more emails to go through, and I do apologize for some of the folks that may have missed. I'm trying to catch up to all of them. Again, time. Excuse me. Time just is not your friend sometimes. Ironically, right? You wake up, you have this plan. I need to go in the garden and do this. I need to prepare this. But we also forget that we have lives, and lives in the aspect of, well, these bills are due. Don't forget to pay this. Don't forget to do that. Don't forget to take out the trash, and we need to get this done and that done, and just your basic, daily lives. Once you incorporate that to everything that we're trying to do in regards to, working, and pardon my French, working our asses off, specifically Lady Grey, she works extremely hard, so I always give her credit for what she does. She's gotten burns all over her hands and arms and stuff because she's a cook in 2 different locations. I told you she works at a fine dining and also a line cook at another restaurant. The wind is picking up, so the audio might get a little garbled. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm using my phone. And also, YouTube, believe it or not, does take up a lot of time, in regards to producing videos and breaking down, going through emails and working with affiliate folks that want to, you to showcase their products, and trying to find time to do that. And I'm backlogged on that as well, because I have so many other things that I need to do. I have to go, see my father. He's 70 some years old now, and anything could happen, if you get what I'm saying. I guess no matter how hard I try to get away from that word, I guess that's not going to happen. And I'm pretty sure there's folks, like I had someone who, I forget it was a few videos ago, that said, I'm not going to be able to watch this video, you say this word too much. Well, I guess go to another channel, brother or sister, whoever you were at the time. My apologies. I'm just human, and this is the way I speak and who I am. I'm getting off track. But a lot of folks have written me emails asking me questions and suggestions because they're either overwhelmed, don't know where to start, what to do, and I try to refer them to certain videos that I've done. But I want them to let them know that, you guys out there that watch me, that you are not alone. I'm still overwhelmed with all the things that are happening in the world, trying to, pay attention to that and deal with all that incoming crap, per se, is also very stressful. And of course, with stress can turn into depression, and then lack of motivation, and so on and so forth. One of the things that's helped me a little bit is to write things down, a list. When you're prepping or trying to become prepared, you want to somewhat try to organize things, because if you don't organize as you start or as you get into it, things will get chaotic, because you'll have supplies everywhere. You'll have supplies in closets, in your pantry, in spare bedrooms, and just spread out everywhere. And then you go looking for something and you're like, where's it at? I've been there myself. I was like, and then I'll make fun of myself and say, man, what kind of prepper are you? You can't even find this. So organization is huge, and if you can start it off at the beginning, early on, I think that's a huge important factor, is knowing where everything is and having everything ready. But like I said, it can be overwhelming, with your rotations of your food, looking, oh, do I have this? Do I need that? You watch a channel that says, hey, you got to get these before it's too late. And I understand that, because we had the discussion, I think, was it yesterday, we talked about Costco limiting things, and someone, I forget who it was, wrote, isn't this enough? And it can be. The problem with limitations on products, sorry, I got like a little ant on me. The problem with limitations on products is that shows signs of issues in the supply chain. And even mainstream media has picked up on the supply chain issues. They've been telling folks this Christmas and these holidays, there might not be nothing there to get, which can be stressful in itself. Don't get me wrong, I love the breeze. It feels great out here, but not great for audio. So I'll try to speak a little louder. I'm looking at this beautiful scene. I'll probably show it to you guys before I'll do like a little out video by the water, because it's beautiful. It's serene, calming, and it gives you a chance to collect your thoughts. I mean, as soon as I walked out here, I started feeling better. Just because you're not surrounded by the everyday, I guess, pressures. You're not surrounded by traffic and people and noise and all that stuff like that. But anyways, like I said, the premise behind this video is I just want to let folks know that you guys aren't alone. I try to answer the most emails as I can. I try to answer the comments below. I try to be as interactive as possible. And sometimes Lady Grey says, you might need to take a break every once in a while from doing videos and stuff like that. And I said it's hard because a lot of people depend on me, or at least I feel personally that people depend on me to hear my points of views, to hear what I have to say or educate when it comes to the preparedness community. I'm just trying to think, because I thought there's a lot of things I thought about as I'm driving out here to the woods and walking out here, the things that I wanted to say, and of course they all don't stay in your mind. It's like a fleeting idea or fleeting thought, and it comes and goes. But honestly, that's something that you folks may need to do. And I know it's hard because some people are lucky. Some people, are in the aspect that they're retired and all they do is have the opportunity to, work on certain projects and things like that. Unfortunately, I'm not there yet in my life. I'm not retired, and neither is Lady Grey. We probably won't be for the next 20 years. But we have to make time to be prepared for whatever comes our way. Now, I get some crazy comments sometimes. I think someone said, hey bro, are you watching the comet Apophis or something like that, or asteroid, or whatever the case may be, Excuse me. And I said, yeah man, I've heard of it, I've looked at it, but what do you want me to do about that? Like literally, what do you want me to do about that? A building size or however large an asteroid is coming to hit the earth. Like, bro, I get what you're saying, I understand, man, but there's only so much you can do and so much you can worry about in life. I thought it was funny, and I figured I answered the comment the best of my ability. But, I don't want to say, I'm not going to say the world is ending, because do you really want to scare people? Do you want to pump fear into people's lives that are already stressed out and overwhelmed with all kinds of other things that they're dealing with? Look, for instance, today's the D-Day for a lot of healthcare workers. They're supposed to follow the guidelines set forth by the government for the mandates, and there's, I think, 20% or more folks that possibly can be looking at getting fired because they don't want to get the Pokemon or whatnot, because they have the freedom of choice and that's what they choose to do so. I think regardless of what you do, you should have that choice. but they may be losing their jobs. Jobs just as of a year or year and a half ago, they were on the front lines, busting their ass, spending every waking moment in those hospitals to ensure people's lives weren't lost, and dealing with the whole health crisis as it came to be what it was or what it is. And now they're at risk of being fired because their choice is being taken away. Very disheartening, to say the least. And it's hard to see that our government and the businesses, the healthcare system, doesn't care about those folks that were rocking on those front lines and, putting their lives at risk, at least from my perspective, But they might lose their livelihoods. They might lose their, all the money that they've put in or saved. That, if they lose their job, what then? Other professions are asking for the same thing. If you haven't got this thing put into your body, then we can't hire you. And this goes just beyond the healthcare system. This goes into our law enforcement and businesses worldwide in regards to retail and supply and all that stuff like that. Our world is changing really, really quickly, and to me, from my perspective, I just like to state that for the worse. Maybe. So, anyways, I guess my phone said that it was too hot and it had to shut off right in mid-sentence. My apologies. So I flipped the camera around and got under some shade, I guess, so the sun doesn't beat down on the phone and whatnot. And I'm trying to recall where I left off because it's been about 15 minutes of letting this phone cool down, so I went and whittled some wood and whatnot to pass the time. Anyways, I don't want to talk too much longer. I think that was like about a 15-minute video already, and to hold people's attention span for longer than 5 minutes can be complicated because you're just talking and some people don't care or whatnot. But anyways, like I said, the purpose behind this video, and you guys can see I'm struggling with words in the aspect of what I want to say and how I want to say it, is I just want to let everybody know that has reached out to me that I'm trying to reach out to you in regards to your emails and stuff like that. And I truly appreciate you guys sending the emails and your concerns. And we all go through it. Sometimes some deal with it better than others in regards to being overwhelmed and fatigued and whatnot in regards to prepping. But I guess let me shrink this down and kind of some real quick points. Is A, try to get as organized as possible because it'll reduce the stress when you go looking for stuff or when things go south. B, sometimes you have to just step away for a few moments. Take a day to yourself. You guys have seen me a few weeks back. I took one day off YouTube on my normally scheduled programming, as I like to call it, and had to step away for a little bit to calm down, relax, and regroup. And I do apologize for the wind, but there's nothing I can do that. Can't control nature. She does what she wants to do when she wants to do it, right? But I like like I said, again, this is the other view that I was talking about that I figured I'd show you guys, but I figured I would just switch it over. And sorry about that. I heard some noises back there, which you probably picked up on as well. Keeping your back to a lake like this in Florida can be risky at times. Just want to make sure I have my sidearm ready, just in case. I didn't see anything, but there are lots of gators out here in the wilderness of Florida, so you got to maintain and keep an eye out for things. So I just had to step away for a second. Now I'm trying to think where I left off. I think it was on B, like I said, make the list, try to keep organized. Oh, and take a moment for yourself. Take a day off and do nothing. I know it sounds crazy and people might not agree with me, but do nothing. Go out and take a nice long walk wherever you may be. If you're in the mountains, go sit on a ledge, not a ledge, but on a spot that you find very beautiful and serene, and go take a look at nature and just absorb all that in. Being out in general makes me feel good. Like I said, being out in the wilderness, away from societies, I love it. I wish things were back like they used to be. I guess some people wouldn't want that, but I wouldn't mind being in the, I guess, the pioneer days where you lived somewhat in the woods. You know, you survived. Every day you woke up and you went out and you tended to your animals and your livestock and whatnot, and your garden for your family, and you produced everything yourself. It wasn't like a 9 to 5 where you go to work every day and slave to some sort of conglomerate to make money, to pay taxes to the government so that they can use that money to do stupid stuff with. These are my opinions. This is how I look at things. Anyways, let me wrap this up. All in all, folks, if you do have, if you ever need someone to conversate with, especially you local Florida preppers that have reached out to me, like some folks have came to visit me already. We've met up, and I'm looking forward to doing future meetups with those folks, and to hang out and just kind of talk and enjoy a bit of life and get away from the hustle and bustle of things is something I'm looking forward to doing. Anyways, I think that's about it, folks. This was kind of just, I guess, rambling on and on and on. And I'm pretty sure there's lots of us folks that, kind of just come on here and speak what's on our mind. And I don't know, it's like an outlet. Sometimes YouTube can be an outlet to the aspect of you just want to spill your guts or talk about things, talk about life, positive reinforcement for other folks. Because some people, like I said, they're under different circumstances. They're going through different things. A lot of people ask me, hey, I live in an apartment. What can I do, with water storage, with, where do I put things at? I don't have enough room for this. I can't grow a garden. And I feel for those folks because they're stressing because they know what may or may not come. And it's not, I guess not may or may not, but if, when things get really bad or something transpires, they want to be as ready as possible and prepared as possible. There's so many things that are running through my head, but I don't want to keep on drawing this out. It's probably already a 20-minute video, and I keep on saying that just because I know it's just, I guess I'm trying to, I guess maybe I'll try to compress this a little bit and make it shorter. I don't know. Anyways, folks, like I said, this is just kind of off the hip kind of thing. I just was thinking about it, and I was like, well, what do I want to do today? And then, like I said, Lady Grey's on her last day of vacation, and she is, I guess she's working hard today, trying to finish up the last minute things and last minute details to keep things organized and to keep the house clean and whatnot. And what I mean clean is like that deep clean, as you get prepared for winter. Some people do spring cleaning, some people do fall cleaning, stuff like that. And I'm just rambling now at this point, right? I just don't. I feel like once I do a video, I forget things that I wish I would have really said that, and I'll probably go through that same process that happens all the time. But anyways, hopefully this video at least lets someone, at least one person out there, know that they are not alone when it comes to being overwhelmed, dealing with prepper fatigue or prepper burnout. I googled that term and found out, like I said, there was a lot of material on that. Surprisingly, I didn't really know that's what it was. And then I saw, matter of fact, I think Asymmetrical Preparedness did a video about a month or two ago in regards to prepper fatigue, which I thought was cool. It lets me know that I'm not alone, even in the community of people or content creators out there, that this is a thing, and it needs to be dealt with. Because your mental aspect, your mental clarity when it comes to a bunch of different things is key, because without proper mental health, everything else is going to fall apart, at least from my perspective. Because you have to feel good at what you're doing, how you feel, because if not, it'll slowly erode at your mind, and you need your mind as sharp as possible for when things happen. You don't want to be down in the dumps, you don't want to be depressed, you don't want to be stressed, and so on and so forth. Alright, I think I've talked long enough. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the scenery behind me, other than me just rambling on and so on and so forth, and my repetitive little sayings that I have. That's part of my speech personality per se. But I will see you guys tomorrow at Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. There's one person I'm trying to get on the channel. He might be on the channel tomorrow, but I'll let you guys know. It'll pop up later this evening. I got to reach out to him and see if he's still available and whatnot, because I was supposed to reach out to him literally like a week ago, but I just had so much other things on my plate. But all right, let's end this. This is GreyMan. I'm out. I'll see you guys in the rebound. God bless. Be safe, everyone. And like I said, if you ever need anything, just reach out. Have a great day.